See, you probably expect me to have something clever to say at the beginning of this video, right? About Disney or The Lion King or another late night video or whatever. But simple fact of the matter is, I'm not that smart. So let's just talk. The Lion King, if that's really what you want to call it. Now, I should start this off by saying, I know what you're expecting of me, right? Because of how I feel about Disney and their live-action remakes, you want me to belongs in the trash this movie up. But the simple fact of the matter is, it's Lion King, so as long as some things are still in order, I can't say it's that bad, but it's also not very good. So I guess I'll just, whatever, I'll accept the hate, I don't care, I'll do it. Now, as far as the plot goes, I mean, you've probably seen the original Lion King. If you haven't, shame on you. But if you have, this movie is more or less the same story. All the imagination and creativity and enjoyment and fun and life and vigor is taken out. But essentially it's the same movie, you know. Simba is born and he's like, hey, I'm going to be the king someday. And then his father Mufasa is killed by his uncle Scar. And Scar is like, oh, you killed him. You got to go. You're banished. You can't come back. And he goes and meets Timon and Pumbaa, and he comes back and he's like, the truth about Mufasa is that Scar killed him. I didn't kill him. Scar killed him. And so he kills Scar, and then, well, he doesn't actually kill Scar. The hyenas kill Scar. And then he takes his rightful place as king of the Pride Lands. I sound like I'm on drugs. But yeah, I really appreciate that they got James Earl Jones back to play Mufasa again. That was a great idea. I mean, nobody else could really do it. Where's Matthew Broderick as Simba? Not to say that Childish Gambino does a bad job, but for one, okay, first of all, I remember there being more adult Simba in the original. Like, Simba is grown for like 20 minutes in this movie, it feels like. Also, Beyonce can't act, so whoever thought it was a good idea to cast her as Nala was only thinking about her singing, and they did not pay any attention to the fact that she has to say speaking lines and she has dialogue before she sings. And even in the singing, it's like she's belting notes I've never heard from her before, and I'll just say it was distracting. Also, it's not fair to have Donald Glover, you know, the famous actor and rapper, sing a duet with Beyonce. That's just not fair. And what I said earlier about like all the life and imagination being taken out of the movie, here's what I mean. Because it would have been harder to see them at night, they do the Can You Feel the Love Tonight number in the middle of the day. It's like 2 p.m. when they sing this. All the animals have this expression the whole movie. So no matter what they feel or what they're thinking, they look like this the whole time. And you can't tell if they're supposed to be sad. And they can't cry, so they don't. Simba doesn't cry when Mufasa dies because, you know, cats can't cry. Also, their mouths move like this, like when they speak, because they can't like be drawn to articulate words because they don't look realistic when they do that. And Rafiki's hardly in the movie. I think Rafiki has like 3 minutes of screen time in this movie. I don't know what's up with things getting cut out of the movie. I'll tell you this. Even as far as the visuals go, this movie is lackluster in a couple spots because, like, the whole point is for it to be photorealistic, right? Like, they're supposed to look like real animals. But they're just, like, they're off by that much, and it bothers you the whole movie. If you didn't know they were CGI, you probably wouldn't care or notice. But knowing that they're CGI, because, you know, I'm a grown-up and I understand that's the only way to make this movie work, is they have to be CGI, just, they're a little uncanny. And it's a little bothersome pretty much the whole movie. But I guess if you can get past that, it's not so bad. Also, Seth Rogen as Pumbaa, probably the best casting choice ever made. But even then, without Pumbaa's expressions and bouncy nature, it's just Seth Rogen talking. It's like, I would rather watch Seth Rogen record his lines. I feel like that would be more interesting. Also, one of my favorite sequences when like Timon's got his dancer costume on to distract the hyenas, that got taken out of the movie because it's not realistic. And the be prepared part where you see like all the hyenas like marching or whatever because like they're plotting to kill Mufasa, that's just like an impromptu song by Scar that lasts all of 45 seconds. And it's really upsetting. And the part where Mufasa presents himself to Simba as like a cloud lion and he speaks to him in the sky, No, there's one cloud, and then there's like a lightning bolt that strikes every once in a while, and you can kind of see the outline of the face of a lion, but that's it. That's all you really get as far as Spirit Mufasa. What else did they ruin by making this movie live action? Yeah, some of the acting is just really cringy. Chiwetel Ejiofor does do a great job as Scar, but I would have preferred that it had been Jeremy Irons like it used to be. And yeah, just the lack of Rafiki, and there's really not even as much Timon and Pumbaa as there's supposed to be. There's just, I don't blame Jon Favreau for this at all. This is definitely Disney's fault. I feel like they made him do this because he wanted to do The Mandalorian, and they were like, well, if you want to do that, then you got to do this first. So I don't blame him even in the slightest. I just really, it's just stuff like this is why I think Disney is an evil corporation, and I don't like them whatsoever. Not even a little bit. And yeah, I guess since I have to rate this as I do all movies, again, because it's Lion King, it's not that bad. But I'll definitely say that this movie, you won't remember it in like a week. It's really nothing special. Everything that you remember about the Lion King will have been from the original Lion King. Nothing in this movie will replace how you feel about the original movie, unless you saw the original movie 15 years ago and don't remember what happened in it. That's like the only way that I can see that happening. But The Lion King, have you seen it? According to the box office numbers, you've probably seen it. So if you saw it, what did you think about it? If you liked it, if you didn't like it, whatever it is, whatever you feel, comment below and educate me, because I like to be educated. And as always, I will see you in the next video that I record that you watch, because I can't get to all of you at the same time.